Here with EL head football coach Dave Sterling. Coach, boy, it's a close one. I was here. Could have gone either way.
Yep.
You know, I mean, you had the quarterback trapped. He throws it up to a 6'5" receiver and bang, touchdown. I mean, it could have gone either way.
Yep, and our men played really well. I mean, you talk about that play. Then we drove the length of the field and gave ourselves 4 shots from the 9-yard line.
Yeah.
Just couldn't get it in.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it really was a whole bunch of things.
Over there.
Whole bunch of things in that game that, you know, a little here, a little there, and it's a 2-touchdown game in your favor.
That's the game of football.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
It comes down that way.
Little small things.
Yep.
Any guys that stood out that you thought played exceptionally well?
Well, obviously Leighton Gerardin has done an incredible job, 261 yards of passing. Josh Hamill, our leading receiver, had 150 yards of receiving, and a lot of those were just a 5-yard out.
Yeah.
And, you know, Leighton has really understood the concept of, you know, if you throw 13, 5-yard outs, we've moved the ball down the field, and we're probably in a scoring position, or we scored, or he's going to have, more than 100 yards of passing, because those guys will get him extra yards after the catch. And he really trusts those guys who grew up with him. They played a lot together. And, I had to sit down and talk with him. I said, if you were Tom Brady, how many balls does he throw down the field beyond 10 yards?
Yeah.
And, Leighton looked at me and I said, hardly any.
Yeah.
I said he used to with Randy Moss, but right now, if he's forcing it down the field, they're probably in a desperate situation.
Yeah.
And I said, you've got to remember that a good quarterback understands, get the ball, get the short gain, move the sticks, and the big gains will come eventually.
Yeah, somebody break a tackle, and suddenly it's a 25-yard gain.
Exactly. And you've got good athletes like that can give you even more.
Yeah, I've been impressed with them. I think I told you at one of our earlier interviews, when you lose a 2-year starter at quarterback and you come back and you got a senior, and you know he's got some experience in the program, but you don't know I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
He's been fantastic, I thought.
And, he's put his work in, for 4 years to wait for this opportunity, as well as, the guys around him trust him and love him so much that they all believe in each other. So it makes it a lot easier. You don't have to convince people that this is a guy that's going to play quarterback. No, they all knew it was him as soon as he got his chance.
Yeah. Anybody else that stood out to you?
Well, defensively, we had several guys with more than, 5 tackles. We had, it was obviously a back-and-forth game, and it was 182 plays, I think, were in that game. I mean, it was just an up-and-down game, and, it was really, we had, great leadership from people like Kevin LaChance and Dawson Tracy, and also with, you can't talk enough about, the way our backs have done blocking to give Leighton that opportunity to make the plays, and they're being very unselfish. Josh Kaiser, on our first game, had a blowout game. I mean, he had 130 yards, he had 3 touchdowns, and now he realizes that, teams are probably going to pack the box, which we're seeing a lot of 5-2 defenses, and he has to give Leighton that chance by blocking the edge and letting Leighton get out and throw the ball.
Yeah.
So it's been really good to see the guys, understand the situation and respond. So it's a whole team effort.
Yeah, they played very well as a team. There's no question about that.
Yep.
You've got Portland. What can you tell me about Portland?
Portland has exceptional athletes. They've got very good offensive and defensive linemen. A lot of their guys play both ways. They play all the special teams. They play, the entire length of a game, and they're very well conditioned. They have a quarterback that's starting for his 2nd year. He was the starter until the Moss kids started at the end of the season last year. He's a very elusive athlete. They've got another running back, number 24, who is just excellent. Good cutback ability. Number 5 is their kickoff and punt returner, and I think he has 3 touchdowns on punt returns or kickoff returns already. They're a very well-coached team by Jim Hartman, and the defensive coordinator, Mark Runna, is someone that I know extremely well, and they're a tough, gritty group of kids that play really well, and it'll be an exciting game to get on the field with them.
Seems to me Elwich, is he not only is he leading the North in rushing, is he leading all of A? I think I read somewhere.
I don't really look at stats, Coach.
He's done. I think he's done
there's
a lot.
There's only one stat I'm concerned about,
end,
and as well the stat, the performance of our players and their health. I don't really look at stats during the season.
I've been asking the other coaches this week. Last week I asked about films and weightlifting or whatever.
Yes, sir.
This week it's been. There was an article posted with a question to the MPA saying, so what are you going to do about it? And that was last Thursday night, Bob Sinclair's team at Orono played a game, and Well, they said 12. I think the number is they had 14 dressed players.
Oh, wow.
And the score actually was not as bad as you might expect it to be.
Yep.
28-7 or something like that, maybe 30-7. And they were saying, you know, what's the NBA going to do? How about the developmental? How about 8-man football? What's the number? I mean, I know for EL and Lewiston and the bigger A schools, you know, it's not a glaring issue, but those smaller B, C, and D schools, you know, there's a lot of small numbers. What's the number? How small before you don't feel you can work with it?
Well, you know, I'm kind of old school. How many guys do they have on the team in Hoosiers, the movie?
Yeah,
they had 6 guys, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And then Ollie got off the bench and hit the free throws to win the game.
That's right.
You know, so I can't really make that call. You know, I think there's a lot of great opportunity for 8-man football in the state of Maine for some of these schools that have developed a football program and now are realizing the reduced numbers of enrollment at their school. 8-man football may be a great opportunity for them.
Yeah.
I mean, to keep football moving within the state of Maine, I think that's something that has to progress at some point. I'm not an official. I don't sit on the MPA or anything like that, but you know, I just want to see the sport of football continue to grow within the state, as well as the opportunities for young men. You know, I see some of these young guys when I've coached at the Lobster Bowl, and you know, they've come from very good programs, and you know, just the population size. You know, with Maine being one of the only states in the country where deaths outnumber births, it's kind of hard to keep enrollment up at some of our schools. So you know, whatever can work for. You know, if 8-man football can be proposed and work at some of these schools, I would fully expect that to move forward.
The only reason I guess I was hoping that the NBA would have some sense for it, because you can't tell. Lisbon, he said, we've always had small numbers. Even when we've been in a bigger school, we've always had small numbers. I just know that, like when I was at Oak Hill, suddenly Sockabee Valley doesn't have a team this year, and you got a hole in your schedule. We all know what buys mean in the middle of the season.
It's horrible. It's horrible to keep the morale up for
I guess
a team,
that was the only thought there, was that to know, you know, what you're facing and who you got, and that you got a game each week, and you know, those kind of things.
But you know, consolidation of teams has done very well. You know, Buckfield merged with Oxford Hills, and it gives them a great influx of players. I mean, you know, Coach Wing, you remember back in the day when I went to Edward Little, we had these towns called Minot, Poland, Mechanic Falls that went to EL, which made the program extremely good back in those days. And they have their own program now. You were talking with their coach. You know, and some of those schools may have to consolidate to not so much make a super team, but also if they want to stay in 11-man football. You know, and many of these schools, remember, if you went back to the 90s, football didn't exist in those towns. You know, and they decided to expand football dramatically within the state of Maine.
Football and lacrosse are the two sports that have grown.
Exactly.
In this state, actually.
But, you know, some of those schools, you know, not so much with school consolidation, but sports consolidations. Hockey programs are nuts. I mean, you've got, you know, 4 schools playing on one team.
I know,
You know, even Portland and Deering had to merge their hockey teams. You know, if that could, you know, help those teams, and as well, you know, it might even help, you know, the overall aspect of what they can do for fundraising and for a money base for a program, that would be good. More
than one community, whatever.
Yes, sir.
I used to like the kid, Ken Perone, then I'll let you get out of here, Coach. He was the coach he was at Baps, then he went to Brewer. And they won 2 state championships, one in 70, one in 72. And the 72 team, Winterport High School, which those kids now go to Hamden, burned down. They had to find some place to go, so they sent a letter on to the local school boards, and Brewer said, "We'll take them." We've got a couple long hallways. Our enrollment hasn't, you know, increased as much as we thought. We've got room for blah blah blah. I think they had a choice. 2 all-state players came from Winterport to go to Brewer. He had no idea those kids are coming.
I can't tell you. I could go on and on about the number of guys that I played that were when I was at Edward Little that were from Minot, Poland, Mechanic Falls, that were superior athletes, were all conference athletes. We had a kid, Jeff Libby, that went to went to West Point and punted for them. I mean, you know, you can't talk enough about those communities, what they give back to the bigger programs.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Well, listen, Coach, good luck. We'll be covering the game. It's not me. I got Wyndham and Thornton.
Good luck with that.
So yeah, that'll be an interesting game. But Aaron Morse will be there, and should be a good one.
Falmouth Orthopedic Center, Central Maine Orthopedics, OA Centers for Orthopedics, all playing on the same team. Maine's top orthopedic practices have joined forces for more efficient and affordable orthopedic care. Introducing Spectrum Orthopedics.
Get your own truck, only at Goodwin Chevrolet.
All aboard MBR.org, the place to get all your high school and amateur sports news and information. MBR.org is in high gear with Maine high school winter sports. Go to MBR.org to chat about your favorite team. Find the latest articles, travel news, and cancellations. Or visit their all-new and very popular team pages. MBR.org has everything you want to know about high school and amateur sports in Maine. Coming in February, all the high school tournament action at your fingertips 24/7. It's high school sports heaven. All aboard MBR.org.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and we are live from the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth for the game of the week here on MBR and on 105.5 The Z. My name is Aaron Morse alongside Tasker Winslow, and our game tonight is Edward Little taking on Portland here at Fitzpatrick Stadium. MBRradio.com has all the links to watch and listen to this game. The video feed can be found there, as well as on Facebook at MBR, and then, of course, you can listen online, mainsbigz.com. And my name's Aaron Morse again, Tasker Winslow. Alongside me here in the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth, CMCC Hammond Lumber game of the week as well. Well, Tasker, these two teams, Portland and Edward Little, battling in Class A North. Portland is 3-1 on the season. They are first in the heel points. Edward Little 2-2. They are currently fourth in the heel points. For Edward Little, this is a game they need to really make a statement here mid-season, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, if they want to move up in the heel points and get themselves in a good spot where they control their destiny going into the playoffs, this is a game that they need to win. And it's pretty early in the season to be saying stuff like that, but it really is a pivotal matchup.
You have a battle of contrast here a little bit. Zach Elowich leads Class A North in rushing. He's carried the ball for Portland 81 times for 567 yards and 7 rushing touchdowns on the season. He is first in yardage, second in rushing touchdowns in Class A North. Only Colton Carson of your alma mater there, Oxford Hills, has more rushing touchdowns than Zach Elowich, and he will lead Portland, the Bulldogs, in the dark blue uniforms with the white numerals. And Elowich, watch out for him, number 24 there in dark blue. He's their leading rusher and leading rusher in Class A North as well. Edward Little, they like to throw it with Leighton Gerard, and their quarterback, the senior former wide receiver, 703 passing yards, easily leads Class A North. He also completes a high percentage. In fact, we have the two most accurate quarterbacks in Class A North tonight. Girardin at 53.13% and Sam Knopp for Portland at 52.77%. We'll get into it a little bit more, but first we'll have the kickoff here. Portland boots it away, and it's fielded on the far side by Edward Little's number 8, John Knight. Knight on the return. He is spun down shy of the 25-yard line, about the 23, and that's where Edward Little will start. Mentioned John Knight. He's the second leading receiver in Class A North, 20 receptions, 187 yards on the year. Only person with more receiving yards than him, his teammate, Josh Hamill, at 17 catches for 299 yards and 3 touchdowns on the year. So Edward Little, top 2 receivers and the top passer in Class A North, and this is nothing new for them, right, Tasker?
Right. I mean, that pretty much goes along with everything EL has done in recent years, so not a big surprise there.
Girardin takes a snap, and they'll hand it off. They will run it on first down, and maneuvering his way almost to the 30-yard line is Josh Kaiser, their senior running back. Kaiser having a solid season so far. Certainly, he has 34 carries this year, entering this game for 162 yards and 3 touchdowns. And he got a few there. We'll bring up second down from the 29-yard line. Girardin takes a snap, hands it off. Kaiser again up the middle, and this time Kaiser's met and dropped after maybe a yard, and the first man there was big number 81. We'll probably be calling his name a lot tonight. That is Nathan Kapanga. He has now 27 tackles on the year and 6 sacks, by the way, Tasker.
I mean, he's a big guy, 6'5", 280. He's pretty tough to block right there, and he's going to get quite a few more of those tackles and sacks tonight.
3rd and 2 for the Red Eddies. They put a man in motion. Girardin takes a snap, hands it off up the middle. Kaiser, and he is dropped in the backfield that time. That's a big hit by Portland's Ben Trefethen, senior linebacker, and he got in the backfield and denies Kaiser and the Red Eddies not to punt it away.
Wow, that was a big hit.
No doubt about it. Trefethen.
If this was the NFL, there would have been a dozen yellow flags on the field.
Well, they protect the quarterback a lot in the NFL. That was the running back who took the punishment there. But Edward Little will have to punt it away, and they got to be careful here because back deep is the very talented Ben Stasium. He'll let this one bounce, and it'll bounce at the Portland 44, picked up the 45-yard line where the Red Eddies down it right there as Antonio Byers, the sophomore, downs the punt. As I was going to say, though, Ben Stasium has 3 returns this year, and 2 of them have gone for touchdowns. So
it's a pretty good percentage.
Yeah, so good job by the Red Eddies to not let him return that ball, although it is very good field position for Portland.
I would assume that they're probably going to keep kicking away from him every time they have to punt.
Probably a good idea. So the QB for Portland, Sam Knopp, he's completed 52.77% of his passes this year, although this is a run-heavy offense. The pitch right away, it's Elowich, and he is dropped in the backfield. A couple of Red Eddies were there. The first man there, though, for Edward Little was number 50, Gunnar Winslow, a junior defensive lineman, was all over that one, and not much room to run that time for Elowich. Bring up second down. Loss of 3.
Not as much last year, but the year before that, Portland, they could run toss after toss after toss, and they had the line to be able to block for that and get huge chunks. But I don't know if with this group of players if they can keep doing that as consistently.
Knopp in the gun, takes a snap, handoff Elowich, running off left tackle. Elowich has a good hole this time. He gets to midfield and then a yard into Red Eddie territory. So after being dropped on the first run for -3, he picked up about 9 there. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 4. At the 49 of Edward Little. They needed that run there, get him back into.
Yeah, and that gives them a manageable 3rd down.
Exactly, manageable down and distance. Tyler Bazjuki checks in, senior tight end, big target, 6'5", 220 pounds for the Bulldogs here at Fitzpatrick Stadium. Again, Portland, their only loss this year to Bonnie Eagle by a count of 24-7. That was on the road. Red Eddies have fallen to Oxford Hills and Sanford so far. Elowich out of the old Wildcat, and Elowich up the middle, and he is denied. Nowhere to go that time for Elowich. Good job by the Red Eddies. In on that stop was Josh Kaiser along with Gunnar Winslow, And no gain on the play. Brings up 4th down. So Elowich taking the direct snap there, Tesker.
Yeah, that's pretty early to see Wildcat, but with his rushing numbers, they're going to give it to him as many ways as they can.
By the way, I want to correct myself. It's Sam Nope, the quarterback for Portland, not Sam Knopp. My apologies to the Nope family. All right, here's the punt, and it's a good one by the Bulldogs. In fact, it's so good it's going to be down to the 2-yard line. So Edward Little going to have some work to do, no doubt about that. And that's Elowich handling the punting for Portland. He averages 37.4 yards per kick, and that was outstanding right there.
Perfect roll.
No doubt about it. So, Edward Little backed way up in their own end.
Their only loss is to Bonnie Eagle, but you can't really, judge them on that because Bonnie Eagles, they're a great team in the South, and they only lost 24-7, which really against Bonnie Eagle isn't that bad. So I'd say that loss doesn't really mean that much as of right now.
Their wins are over Wyndham, Cheverus, who's only lost once, and Lewiston. 3-1. As here goes Girardin trying to run it out of the end zone and might have lost a yard back to the 1-yard line that time for Leighton Girardin. Edward Little opened the year with a win over Bangor, lost to Oxford Hills, beat Wyndham, and then lost a close one to Sanford. So the Red Eddies at 2-2. There's 3 teams at 3-1 right now: Portland, Oxford Hills, and Cheverus, and then the Red Eddies at 2-2. Bangor at 1-3, and then Lewis and Wyndham are both winless, 0-4 entering tonight. So it's 2nd down and 11 for Girardin and the Red Eddies as they continue to try to run the ball, even though, again, they're known for their passing. And this time taking the handoff was Isaiah Lewis, a junior, and there's not much room for him either. Maybe out to the 5, and it'll bring up 3rd down. They have yet, I believe, to attempt a pass.
Yeah, we haven't seen a pass yet.
And this is a team with the 2 leading receivers in Class A North. Hamill being one of them, along with John Knight. Ben Stasium, by the way, is the 3rd leading receiver, and he is Portland's top guy. All right, so here we got 3rd and 7. There's 6:40 to go in the first quarter, no score. Girardin looking to run near side. He is pursued, and he's dropped back at the 1. Again, there just wasn't much room, and that was Jonah Green, 6'5", 230-pounder on the defensive line on the stop. Brings up 4th down.
I honestly have no idea why they haven't passed yet. It seemed like they had some opportunities there where they should have, and especially with them being known for their passing. But I'm really surprised to not see any of that yet.
This is a very tricky situation for the Red Eddies. Stasium right now is standing at the Red Eddies 30-yard line. This punt only goes to the 25. And Portland is going to have absolutely outstanding field position. They're going to have it at the Red Eddies 25-yard line.
It's not very often that you end up at the 25 when, the other team punts and you don't return it.
Right. Field position so far swinging the Bulldogs' way. 5:53 to go first quarter in a scoreless contest, but Portland just 5 yards away from the red zone to start their drive. The back is Trefethen this time for the QB, Nope. Nope takes a snap, hands off Trefethen, running off left tackle. Trefethen up the middle, and a touchdown-saving tackle probably that time by the Red Eddies. Giles Parody, because he had one man to beat, and Parody able to bring down Trefethen, but he's got a 1st down inside the 15, down to about the 11-yard line here. Maybe the 12. There's a lot of different lines because they play so many different sports on this facility. So Nope with Trefethen to his left, hands it off. Trefethen again, running off right tackle that time, and coming up in the box is Parody again for another tackle that time. So Ben Trefethen, 5'11", 198-pound running back, and also a good linebacker. We saw him lay a big hit already.
He's got some power. And when he just had those 2 carries on the second one, he, put his shoulder down and got some extra yards that way.
He got 3 yards on that one. Nope will come out with 3 wide receivers. Trefethen to his right on 2nd down and 7, deep in Edward Little territory. Nope takes a snap. Nope will run it himself, and again, good pursuit by Edward Little's defense. As the first man there was number 3, Josh Kaiser, and then also in on the stop, another Red Eddie who is not on their roster. He's number 80. Made a nice play. Sometimes they skip over some people, unfortunately. Right there, the defensive end on the stop. 3rd and 6 from the Red Eddie 8-yard line. They need to get to the 2 for a first down. Do the Bulldogs. It's Nope directing traffic, and now a whistle, and Portland wants to talk it over. They're going to call timeout with 4:16 to go in the first quarter. We'll take a quick 30-second break. This is the MBR Game of the Week here on MBR.org as well as on 105.5 Maine's Big Z.
Ever had that sinking feeling that your auto loan payment isn't as low as it could be? Worry no more. Oxford Federal Credit Union can work with you to refinance your loan to see if we can save you money. Our process is easy and our loans offer flexible repayment options. Don't keep wondering if you can save money. Call Oxford Federal or apply online at oxfordfcu.org or from your mobile device using the free Oxford FCU mobile app.
Aaron Morse alongside Tasker Winslow, welcoming you back into the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth for the CMCC and Hammond Lumber Game of the Week. Find the video feed at mbrradio.com. And the audio, of course, can be heard on 105.5 and AM 1240. Portland versus Edward Little, 3rd down and 6 from the EL 8-yard line for the Bulldogs out of the timeout. Nope takes a snap, looking to run up the middle. Nope into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Sam Nope from 8 yards out, and Portland takes a 6-0 lead with 4:11 to go in the first quarter.
Well, I thought that we might finally see a pass, but still no pass attempts from either team, but all they had to do was run it in untouched, so no need to pass yet.
Now the extra point. They had great field position. They started that time at the EL 25-yard line. Extra point is up, and it's through. So the score is 7-0 in favor of Portland. We'll take a quick 30-second break here on 105.5 and MBRradio.com.
Life doesn't pause when you're in pain. We understand that you want to keep up. Don't stay sidelined from making some of life's best memories. Visit the orthopedic specialists at Spectrum Healthcare Partners. We're here to keep you out there.
Aaron Morse alongside Tasker Winslow. We welcome you back into the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth. There's 4:11 to go in the first quarter here in the CMCC and Hammond Lumber Game of the Week on Maine's Big Z 105.5. It's 7-0 in favor of Portland after the Sam Nope touchdown run. On the ensuing kickoff, the Red Eddie's looking to find a little bit of a hole. Oh, he runs into his own blocker, and then he swarmed and stopped. For a while there, it looked like John Knight might have a chance to really pull off a big return for Edward Little, but he actually ended up running into his own man, and that slowed him down. He still got the ball out into decent field position, out across the 35 to the 38-yard line, but it could have been more, Tasker.
Yeah, I think his own teammate made the touchdown-saving tackle there.
1st and 10 for Edward Little from their own 38. So far, the story's been field position. Portland pinned the Red Eddies deep, and then the punt only went to the 25-yard line, and so it was a pretty easy touchdown drive for Portland. The scoreboard here says 19-0, but it's 7-0 in favor of Portland right now with 4:10 to go.
Unless we missed something, I don't know.
In the first quarter. Here's Gerard and throwing far side. Oh, they went to the air looking for Josh Hamill. And Hamill, the leading receiver in Class A North, just a little bit too far out of his reach, incomplete, 2nd down.
And he took the punishment on that one.
The clock ticked down a few more seconds. People are trying to figure things out here. Right now it's 3:57 to go in the first quarter. A little bit out of Hamill's reach. 2nd and 10 for Girardin and the offense. Takes a snap, looking to throw immediately far side. This time he's able to connect with his receiver, but not much room to run that time for Caleb Yarnovich, the senior. He caught it, but he fell forward for maybe a yard. Brings up 3rd and long. Score is 7-0 in favor of the Bulldogs. 3:32 remaining, clock ticking here in the first quarter of action here at Fitzpatrick Stadium. Girardin in the shotgun. He's got trips to his left. 4 wide receivers. Takes a snap, looking to run it this time, and he is denied in the backfield. And once again, it was Trefethen just flying in there, and he got a piece of him, and it brought him down.
So we saw our first pass attempt, and then another one, and then on a 3rd and long, QB keeper. So a little confused by the play calling, but I'm sure they have a plan.
Stasium is back deep to return this punt from the Red Eddies. Red Eddies hoping to pin them a little bit deeper than they have so far in this game. Nearly blocked, but he's able to get it off. Pretty good punt. Stasium fields it and did not fair catch it, so he's wrapped up immediately by a pair of Edward Little players just shy of the 35-yard line. That's where the Bulldogs will take over with 2:36 remaining here in the first quarter. The score right now is Portland 7, Edward Little nothing. The Bulldogs able to take advantage of some great field position after they pinned the Red Eddies deep, and the punt only went to the 25. A few plays later, Nope took it in for 6, and they converted the extra point. Now, maybe a little bit more normal field position, 1st and 10 from their own 34.
We've only seen one play come from that side of the field.
Elowich up the middle, and Elowich out across the 45, still on his feet. Ball came out at the end, but I think he was down. Out across the 40 to the 41-yard line goes Elowich, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 3 after a 7-yard run. So Nope, junior, on the roster he's listed as a running back, but he is their quarterback, and he has been the whole season. Has a touchdown run already. Levine in the backfield with them, but Nope will keep it himself, and look at him go into Edward Little territory. 35-30, 25, far sideline, out of bounds, inside the 20-yard line. Big run, Sam Nope for the Bulldogs, and a 1st down into the red zone.
That might be why he's listed as a running back.
But it's coming back. A holding call will bring this one back, depending on where they threw the flag. A holding call apparently did open up the hole for Nope, and this one's coming way back. The flag's all the way back at the Portland 42-yard line. So that's a huge penalty, because sometimes if it's downfield,
right,
you still get a big gain out of it, but they lose yards here, as that'll bring them all the way back to the 32-yard line after the hold. So a big run by Nope is nullified by the penalty. 1:49 to go, first quarter. Portland leading 7-0. It'll be 2nd down and 13 here for the Bulldogs. Nope in the gun. He's got Elowich behind him. Nope will keep it himself again, and he splits a couple tacklers and fights his way near midfield, shy of the 1st down, but it will be 3rd and short coming up for Portland.
I think they went right back to the same play that they just got the big gain on. It looked like the same fake. And
so Nope entered this game as one of the top passers in terms of percentage-wise, but he also can run the ball. He had 108 rushing yards entering this contest. He's got his 2nd rushing touchdown of the year so far in this game. And it'll be 3rd down and 3. Nope. Handoff Trefethen, running near side, trying to get east-west, does not. He is swarmed and he is dropped. A pair of Red Eddies on that stop. John Knight, along with Kevin Haskell, chasing down Trefethen for the loss. It'll bring up 4th down. Good pursuit that time. Tasker by Edward Little.
Yeah, look, they had about 7 guys all in the backfield chasing him down. He had nowhere to go there.
So the punter, Elowich, as we mentioned, is out on the field, and back deep for the Red Eddies is John Knight. However, clock is ticking down to the end of the first quarter. Only 12 seconds left in the quarter. Inside 10 now, and I don't think they're going to run a play here. That is the end of the first quarter. So when we come back, we'll have a punt to begin the second quarter, but at the end of one, it's Portland 7, Edward Little nothing here on MBRradio.com and Z1055. We'll be back in 1 minute.
When you're hurt at work, at home, or on the field, you may think you only have 2 choices.
Visit the ER or wait weeks for an appointment with a specialist.
But who has time to wait? We know you don't.
We get it. It used to be you had to get in here, but things have changed.
We know that when you're in pain, you want to see the right doctor right away.
Our patients are busier than ever, so we've made it easier to get quick access to specialized orthopedic care.
We now have 2 ways for you to be seen by one of our orthopedic specialists on your time: spine access and ortho access.
If you've got back or neck pain, call us at 1-855-96-SPINE to schedule an appointment with Spine Access. You'll see one of our orthopedic spine specialists within 24 hours.
And Ortho Access is now open in Portland and Auburn for walk-in orthopedic care for recent injuries, pain, sprains, and strains.
So whether you suffered a fracture on the field or experiencing new sudden onset back pain, we'll see you now.
Underway, and welcome back in on the video feed as well here on MBRradio.com. And the punt from Portland will bound down to the 20-yard line. Elowich pins him inside to the 19-yard line. The second quarter is underway here in our MBR Game of the Week. CMCC and Hammond Lumber presenting sponsors on the radio side of things. 11:43 to go in the second quarter, and right now it's Portland 7, Edward Little nothing. A big holding penalty kind of killed their most recent drive for the Bulldogs, and now the Edward Little Red Eddies will look to get something going on offense against this tough Portland defense. And I do mean tough. They shut out Wyndham. They held Shevers to only 1 touchdown, and they held Lewiston to only 2 touchdowns. And we appear to have a penalty on Portland.
I actually don't think it was a penalty when it.
Oh, someone touched it.
Yeah.
I got you.
It hit his shoulder. I don't even think he noticed.
So before it got down to the 19, it was down by accident by Portland at the 34-yard line. So that's good news for the Red Eddies. That's a 15-yard difference to start their drive. All right, here we go. Girardin takes a snap, back to pass, looking to run now, and he is going to be sacked. He is sacked that time by number 50, Christopher Vincent, a defensive lineman for the Bulldogs. He was the first man there, and that'll bring up second down and long.
Thought he saw a lane, stepped up in the pocket, tried to take off, and not a good choice.
This is a fearsome Portland front, and they've shown it so far.
They're big. Very big, physical, and they're fast.
6-yard loss on the sack. Girardin, 4 wide receivers on second down and 16. Takes a snap, rolls to his right, going to throw. It's caught at the 30-yard line, and then immediately spun down is Josh Hamill as he caught at the 30 and was stopped right there. Hamill did get it forward progress to the 31, but they have to get to the 43-yard line for a first down, and it is third down now. They've tried some QB keepers on third and long before, and it hasn't done much. Girardin with trips to his left on third down and long. There's a flag on the play, and they'll blow it dead. He was going for the home run.
Wow.
It's a pretty good throw.
Yeah, it was a good ball.
It landed in bounds down to 39 of Portland, but it's a dead ball foul on the Bulldogs. Someone jumped across the line early, I believe. And that'll move it forward a little bit.
In the NFL, you'd get a free play on that, so you'd that's why he was throwing it, but
Not
I guess
so much here.
Yeah, he just watches too much NFL.
Well, that's an art in the NFL, getting the guy to jump off sides, and you have
Right.
yourself a free play and do whatever you want.
Yeah.
So now it's at the Everett 36, a little bit more reasonable. It's still third down. Girardin takes a snap. Back to pass, under pressure. He's got a man open, but he overthrows the receiver, and it's intercepted by Stasium. Stasium into Everett territory, inside the 40, down to the 38-yard line. He was looking for Hamill, but he overthrew him, and Stasium with the pick for Portland.
He didn't have much time in the pocket, and it looked like he threw off his back foot as he was falling backwards. And it looked like a good ball still, but when you're falling back like that, the ball, the harder you throw it, the more it's gonna sail. It's gonna keep going over when you're trying to drop it in on a seam route like that.
So Stasium with the interception, playing some center field there for the Bulldogs. And they have it 1st and 10 at the Red Eddie 37-yard line. This is Nope running near side, and Nope spins his way down to the 35-yard line. Able to get some positive yards out of that one, but only about a 2-yard gain will bring up 2nd and 8 for Portland. 9:53 to go, second quarter. The score is Portland 7, Edward Little nothing at the moment. .9:33, clock ticking down. 2-yard gain on that last run. Nope. Under center. Puts a man in motion. And Nope will hand it off. Running right up the gut and getting some very positive yards. Still on his feet. Dragging tacklers inside the 25. Down to the 24 is Grant Jacobson, a senior. 6'2", 224 pounds. Jacobson, it took a host of Red Eddies to finally bring him down. He got the first down to the 24. So Jacobson, who lines up a little bit off the line to the right of Nope, who's under center. They put Jacobson in motion again, and they give it to him again. Why not? Worked last time. This time, though, he's wrapped up for only a short gain. Big number 50, Gunnar Winslow, in there for the stop. Bring up second down now, 8:39 and counting, remaining second quarter. Portland leading by a score of 7-0. Sam Nope has a 8-yard touchdown run. That's the only score so far in this game. Nope is a junior. He's only 5'10", 168, but he's fast, as we've seen already. 3 wide receivers, and Trefethen to the left of Nope, who's in the shotgun. Takes a snap, looking to run to his left. Nope trying to get to the edge. He does, and he's forced out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Depending on where they spot it, I think he's a yard short of the first down, but it's close.
Trefethen just had a huge block there on the edge, too. Like we said before, he's got some power. He's already had 2 big blocks and a huge tackle.
He is a physical player.
Yeah.
Number 7 in dark blue, Ben Trefethen, senior, helping block on that one. It's 3rd and 1 for the Bulldogs. From the Red Eddie 15-yard line, 3 wide receivers to the left, Trefethen to the left in the backfield of Nope. On 3rd and 1, Nope looking to throw. He'll throw to the slot receiver, incomplete. I'm not sure he was even ready for that one, was Stasium. And good coverage. The Red Eddies were all over it. I believe Ricky Coate was on the coverage. Yes, he was, the junior. And that'll bring up 4th and 1. I'm not sure. I don't know if Stasium was even turned around there.
No, and it looked like the outside receiver was looking for a screen, too, because he kind of stood there and had his hands up and then threw his hands up like, hey, why didn't you throw it to me? But I don't think that was designed to go to the receiver he threw to.
4th and 1 for Nope, who's under center. And we have a whistle, and Portland wants to talk it over again. So they've burned 2 timeouts now. They'll have 1 remaining in this half. 8:04 to go. The score, Portland 7, Edward Little nothing, but the Bulldogs threatening. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on Maine's Big Z and MBRradio.com.
Winter People Athletics creates custom athletic apparel, including team uniforms and spirit wear. They support team sports programs by offering a variety of clothing and other merchandise which can be personalized with team logos, player numbers and names, and various other options. They can also provide innovative custom screen printing and embroidered apparel to create fun and engaging fan and booster items to sell for your team fundraising efforts. Call Steve Haynes, Athletic Apparel Consultant, at 207-869-6019 or online at winterpeople.com.
We are live here in the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth. On the video side of the ledger, it's the MBR Game of the Week between Portland and Edward Little. On the radio side of things, this is the CMCC and Hammond Lumber Game of the Week. My name is Aaron Morris alongside Tasker Winslow. Portland up 7-0 with 8:04 to go. Second quarter, they have 4th and 1 at the EL 15-yard line. Out of the timeout. Nope, under center. Levine is the back. Elowich is split to the left a little bit. Elowich goes in motion. They'll pitch it to Elowich. Elowich running far side, trying to get to the edge. He does. Elowich to the 5. He's in. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Zach Elowich takes it 15 yards to the house. And it's 13-0 Portland with 7:56 to go in the half. Well, Tasker, they needed 1. They got 15.
Yep. And it seems like they have EL on their heels, and a lot of it is field position and, you know, where they're starting out with drives, but they just seem like they're playing faster, more physical, and, you know, keeping EL on their heels, and that's where you want to be, especially if you can do that early in the game.
The place kicker is Pedro Fonseca, a senior, listed as number 20 on their roster. He's wearing 19 out there on the field, and he boots the extra point right on through, so it's 14-0 in favor of Portland. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Here on MBR.org and Maine's Big Z.
Get your own truck, only at Goodwin Chevrolet.
Welcome back into the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth. And on the video side of the ledger, it's the MBR Game of the Week between Portland and Edward Little. On the radio side of things, this is the CMCC Hammond Lumber Game of the Week. Aaron Morris, Tasker Winslow, live from Fitzpatrick Stadium. The score is Portland 14 and Edward Little nothing. This is a dead ball on the kickoff. They'll do it again. 7:56 to go in the second quarter. We've had an 8-yard touchdown run by the quarterback, Sam Nope. And we've had a 15-yard touchdown run by Zach Elowich, his 8th rushing touchdown of the season. And Portland on defense has been pretty suffocating, Tasker.
Yeah, they're just, you know, bigger, stronger, more physical, faster, and they're doing a great job. They look very intimidating.
Yeah, this is a physical Portland team. They're looking to return to the top of Class A North after, well, it started as a down year last year. Then they got hot at the end in the playoffs. But Edward Little actually finished first in A North last season. Portland trying to return there this year in the regular season. Here's the boot. Returning on the near side and fumbling the football. And it's recovered inbounds by Portland. Oh, no, they're saying he did not recover it inbounds. As a frustrated Bulldog, that's Jamal Moriba, slams the ball down a little bit. He thought he had it inbounds, but the ref was right on top of it. John Knight somehow lost that ball, and luckily
it was Trefethen that hit him.
It was Trefethen who hit him. That's not surprising. Yeah, Trefethen got a piece of him, and that knocked the ball loose. He stayed on his feet. It was kind of weird because he stayed on his feet, but the ball came loose. And Mariba was this close to recovering. I mean, he jumped on it. And I thought for a second he did.
I think what happened was he was switching hands, and Trefethen came out of nowhere and made contact right as he was trying to make the switch from left to right. And all it took was a little bit of contact to pop that out.
So the Red Eddies catch a break. That ball just went out of bounds. They'll start at 1st and 10 from their own 23-yard line, down 14-0. Girardin looking to keep it up the middle, and Girardin is swarmed and stopped for a short gain. Tackle on the play that time by Obed Natumba, a junior, 6'3", 230-pounder. I think with Girardin, you'll see him slice and dice through some maybe lesser defenses, but it's a little tougher when you're facing some of these elite teams. Kaiser to the right of Girardin, 4 wide receivers, and Girardin looking to run it again and doesn't get much and taking some punishment here early. That was big number 81, Nathan Kapongo, their leading tackler on the season, and also the leading sack man in Class A North. And Girardin's a little woozy, isn't he?
He got sandwiched.
Leighton Girardin, very talented, but he's only 5'9", 170, and he ran into a guy who weighs in at 6'5", 280 pounds. He weighs more than 100 pounds more than Girardin, and that's not a collision you want to have if you're the quarterback.
And it looked like what happened was he wrapped him up and was going to sling him to the ground, and when he spun him around and kind of threw him, there was some accidental helmet-to-helmet contact with Girardin and another Portland defender. I didn't get the number, didn't see who it was, but so unintentional helmet-to-helmet, but still looked like it hurt.
Yeah. Well, now with Girardin out of the game, we'll see what the Red Eddies try to draw up on 3rd and 7. Clock continues to move, which I guess they never officially had. Well, the trainers came out, so you think they would have stopped the clock for the injury. But so it goes. The clock keeps ticking. 26-yard line. They need to get 7 yards here. And we have a whistle, and Edward Little calls timeout this time. Lining up at the quarterback spot that time for the Red Eddies was Aiden Charest. He is listed as a quarterback. He is a sophomore, 5'9", 155.
So even less than
yeah, and he has to deal with these 280-pound Portland defenders. My goodness, that's tough. And they called timeout to talk things over, but Charest entering the game now at quarterback as Girardin got shook up a little bit on that previous play with 6:38 to go. Second quarter right now, the score, Portland 14, Edward Little nothing. As Edward Little talking things over, we'll keep it here during the timeout. But again, early on this season, Portland has kind of reasserted themselves as one of the top teams in the conference here in Class A North. Oxford Hills, your alma mater, has looked impressive so far at one tough road loss, but they have a big game tomorrow with Cheverus, and you'll be on the call, right?
Yes, they do, and yes, I will be there.
Battle of 2 3-1 teams tomorrow. Is that at Oxford Hills or at Cheverus? At Cheverus.
At Cheverus, yeah.
Charest takes a snap. He'll look to run. Oh, my goodness. It's Trefethen with a hit that is just unbelievable. Just
wow.
He's 198 pounds, but he's like a runaway train.
He's a heat-seeking missile.
My goodness, what a hit. And that'll bring up 4th down, needless to say.
That's the welcome to varsity hit for that backup quarterback.
I mean, he's got 40-some-odd pounds on him, and he was running downhill.
Yeah.
Stasium back deep to return this punt. And it's nearly blocked, but they get it away. Stasium, very dangerous return man at the 40, 45, into Edward Little territory, down to the 37-yard line before he's wrapped up that time by Caden Childs, a sophomore for the Red Eddies. And good field position again for Portland, certainly.
Yep, they've been winning the field position battle all night. Early in the game, they had EL pinned and then ended up getting the ball at the 25. And it seems like the ball hasn't crossed the 50-yard line in EL's favor very much.
Trefethen is still jacked up on the sideline. He's got a water bottle. He's just hyped. He's just talking to I don't know who, saying not in our house. What a hit that time. My goodness.
All of them.
Yeah.
All of his hits tonight.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at the Red Eddies 38-yard line. 5:50 to go, second quarter. They'll run it with Elowich up the middle, and Elowich is swarmed by a host of Red Eddies after some decent yards to the 35-yard line. About 3 yards on the play there. Maybe 4 for Elowich. Brings up second down. Score is 14-0 Portland, 5:30 to go in the half. 2 rushing touchdowns, not very surprising at all. That's their game. They love to run it. But when they do throw, don't forget, Nope is very accurate. He's the second most accurate passer in Class A North entering this game, but they such a run-heavy offense. They will throw it here, and Nope completes it near side and spun down the 25-yard line is Grant Jacobson, but not before he gets a first down for the Bulldogs. Jacobson has a few words for the Red Eddies after that play. He and Giles Parody were jawing at each other a little bit. That's a first down for Jacobson and the Bulldogs after that completion by Nope to the 26-yard line of the Red Eddies. And they'll wind the clock with 5:05 remaining. Well, they signaled to wind the clock with 5:05 remaining in the second quarter. All right.
Yeah, somebody's having some trouble with this.
Yeah. Nope under center, takes a snap, I formation, hands it off. It's Jacobson again, and Jacobson just carrying Parody. And then a little bit of a late pile on, and again, Jacobson has some words. And it's a little chippy down there right now. Got a few yards on that one down near the 20-yard line. And they're telling, I think the refs were like, take Jacobson out just for a play maybe. Have him cool down a little bit. He's hyped up for sure as Silo Magno checks in, a senior for Portland. 4:30 remaining in the half. It's going to be second down at the 22-yard line. 2nd and 5 for Portland. Nope will line up in the gun with Elowich to his left. Takes a snap. Nope looking to run near side. Nope to the 20, to the edge, 15, spins away, dives forward, down to the 12, and another first down for Portland. Sam Nope on the keeper. He's got 1 rushing touchdown already. And that was another good run for the junior quarterback.
They've run that play quite a bit, and it seems that the key is whether or not Elowich can get out there and get that block to seal it off, seal off the edge for Nope.
Nope has Elowich behind him in the pistol here. He's got 3 wide receivers, 2 to his left. Nope takes a snap, handoff Elowich. Elowich right up the gut, still on his feet, stumbling forward into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Elowich goes 14 yards for his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game, and it's 20-0 Portland, extra point pending. He is a load to bring down, and no one on Everett could do it that time.
He kept his feet moving and went beast mode there for a few yards to get in the end zone.
That is Elowich's 9th rushing touchdown of the season. The extra point is up, and it's good from Pedro Fonseca. And with 3:59 to go in the half, Portland up 21-0. We'll take a quick 30-second break here on MBR and Maine's Big Z.
From the front office staff to the medical technicians and the doctors, we're all playing on the same team. Discover Spectrum Healthcare Partners and the power of integrated specialty care.
Welcome back into the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth. Aaron Morse alongside Tasker Winslow. On the video side of the ledger, it's the MBR Game of the Week between Everett Little and Portland. On the radio side of things, this is the CMCC and Hammond Lumber Game of the Week. The scores, Portland 21, Everett Little nothing with 3:59 to go in the first half of action. As Fonseca boots it away. Line drive on the near side, and this is for Everett Little, Josh Hamill. And Hamill takes it out to the 31-yard line. There was some reaction from you in the crowd. What'd you see?
Trefethan with another huge hit.
Not on the ball carrier?
No.
Oh, no.
Just a blocker.
Just hit, yeah.
He's looking to take anyone's head off, I think.
And he's like, The way he walks around, even he's hyped up. Yeah.
Pointing at everyone in the crowd, flexing on everyone. Yeah.
Trevetta nodding his head, middle linebacker there. So he just ran a blocker over them that time.
Oh, yeah, that was the ooh from the crowd.
Hamill did get it out to the 31 and avoided any significant punishment there. 1st and 10 from Edward Little from their own 31, 4 wide receivers for Girardin. Girardin will dump it, for Charest. Remember, Girardin got taken out of the game after that injury. And intended for Ricky Coate that time, incomplete from Charest.
Girardin most likely won't be back. Saying that from experience with any head injury like that, he's not going to be back in this game.
Yeah, I remember growing up, you'd see concussions and guys would play with concussions, and now that is not the case.
You'd get knocked out and play, take a play off.
Right.
Yeah.
But not anymore. Aiden Charest, the sophomore. It's up to him and company. Try to get something going here. Kaiser to the left of Charest. Charest takes a snap, looking to throw. And he'll dump it out to Coate. Coate to the 35, and he'll run out of bounds just shy of the 40-yard line. Decent pitch and catch there from Charest to Coate on 2nd down. And he got near first. He's a couple yards short. 3rd and 2 coming up at their own 39-yard line. Edward Little trailing 21-0 with 3:40 to go in the half. 2 rushing touchdowns, Zach Elowich today, and 1 rushing touchdown from Sam Nope. Charest in the gun on 3rd and 2. Handoff Kaiser, and Kaiser able to drag the tackler forward as big number 57, Koa Farnsworth, a senior, had him, and Kaiser able to drag him just enough for a 1st down to the 42-yard line. Nice run by Kaiser.
Trefethen's getting taped on the sideline, and I don't know if it's just the angle, but it looks like his pinky is not quite going the right way. But he doesn't look like he cares that much.
Yeah, he'll play with that. Charest in the gun with 4 wide receivers. Takes a snap, back to pass, under some pressure, able to get that clean throw away, but he threw it over and out of bounds, incomplete, intended for Hamill, or in the general direction of Hamill. Charest is talking to some fans in the stands as he gets taped up. Or pardon me, Trefethen is talking to some fans. I think he said, "You see that?" Yeah, he's got some sort of finger issue, but he'll be back in shortly, it looks like. But as of now, Edward Little has a chance to maybe do something here without Trefethen in the game at middle linebacker. Charest in the shotgun. He's got 4 wide receivers here on 2nd down. Rolls to his right. On the run. Oh, and another big hit. Intended for Hamill, and that time there's a flag as Levine laid the lumber on him, but that might have been helmet to helmet. We'll see. Personal foul on Portland.
That looked clean to me,
It
honestly.
did. I agree, although I think the refs are like, these guys are kind of teeing off. Maybe it's trying to calm it down a little bit.
I think the real problem is just the refs being terrible. We've talked about this before. You know how I feel about this.
How every player feels about it, right?
Yeah. I've had a few of those calls on me in my day, and I never agreed with any of them.
Trefethen's ready to come back in, by the way.
That's good. The whole time he's been in, I've just been watching him.
Right.
'Cause there's a pretty good chance you're going to see something interesting.
This personal foul will move the ball into Portland territory for Edward Little down to the 43-yard line with 3:11 to go in the half. So this is an opportunity here, although Trefethen again is back in for Portland on defense. Charest, the backup quarterback, in. Takes a snap. We got a whistle before the play. Dead ball foul here. It's going to go against, Edward Little, 5-yard penalty on the false start.
I'm really surprised to see them passing way more with a sophomore backup quarterback than they were with the starting quarterback, but that might have been the game plan going into it, was to see if they could get a run game established and then move to what they're comfortable with the passing, so then they could be a little bit more two-dimensional. But the run game wasn't really working for them, so now they've pretty much gone to just passing.
1st and 15 for the Red Eddies, still in Portland territory at the 48-yard line. Charest has trips to the right, takes a snap, he'll throw it right. Oh, and another big hit intended for
He's out.
John Knight.
Oh, no.
Knight slow to get up. And we have a whistle, and Knight's feeling a little woozy as well. And he is a very important player for them in terms of the return game and receiving-wise. Losing their quarterback, and now Knight slow to walk off the field. 3:06 remaining in the half. Portland is just clobbering these Edward Little players, like in terms of like the hits.
Yeah, it seems like every play someone's getting lit up.
Trips to the right for Charest. Takes a snap, rolls to his right, now settles in the pocket, throws short, incomplete, in the general direction of Caleb Yarnovich. Coverage on the play that time by a pair of Portland defenders. Levine was there. Ben Levine, linebacker, one of their captains. So it's 3rd down and long now for the Red Eddies with 3:02 to go in the half, and their backup quarterback is in, Aiden Charest, as Leighton Girardin got shook up on a play, and then John Knight also got shook up on a play. We have a timeout here called by the Red Eddies. We'll take a quick 30-second break. Be back with the remainder of the first half here on MBR and on Maine's Big Z.
From the front office staff to the medical technicians and the doctors, we're all playing on the same team. Discover Spectrum Healthcare Partners and the power of integrated specialty care.
Aaron Morse alongside Tasker Winslow. Welcome back in to the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth. This is the MBR Game of the Week on the video side of things, and on the radio side of things, the CMCC and Hammond Lumber Game of the Week. Edward Little versus Portland, and right now Portland is up 21-0. Their defense has been very physical so far in this game, and Edward Little is facing a 3rd and long with their backup quarterback Charest in the game. 4 wide receivers, trips to the right. Charest in trouble. He is sacked. And he is sacked by the man who leads Class A North in sacks. Nathan Capongo on the sack, the senior, 280 pounds, all over Charest. He'll be 4th down.
That's got to be a scary sight. Sophomore quarterback having to come in and seeing a 6'5", 280-pound defensive lineman coming at you.
Yeah, especially when the QB weighs 155. That's
right.
Not a fair matchup. So a punt now for the Red Eddies. After that sack, Portland's getting very close to blocking it. Elowich almost got there. Fair catch, and then letting it roll is Stasium, and the Red Eddies will down it at the 15-yard line. That was a solid punt, that time by Edward Little. Nicely done by Misha Boulay, a junior, on the punt. And for a rare time today, Portland will start a drive inside their own 20. They're backed up a little bit here with 2:12 remaining in the half.
Little 2-minute drill here. Might see some more passing, something creative.
Yeah, again, when Nope throws it, he's accurate. He entered this game 19 of 36 for 267 yards, 2 touchdowns. Now, he has been picked off 4 times. But in general, that completion percentage of 52.77%, second to only Girardin in Class A North. Nope will pitch it. Elowich, far side. Elowich tight-roping that sideline and getting near the 1st down marker on the 1st down. There is a flag on the play, and it's going to be a hold on Portland, so that'll move them back. See, the Red Eddy defense can make a play here. They're going to have Portland backed up very far now after that holding call. 2:04 to go in the half, 21-0. Bulldogs on top. 2 rushing touchdowns from Elowich, and Sam Nope has a rushing touchdown as well for Portland so far in this game. However, Portland is facing a situation here where they are now backed up at their own 8-yard line. And they have to get to the 25 for a 1st down. So it is 1st and long here for the Bulldogs. Nope under center, puts Elowich in motion into the eye, and they hand it off. Elowich is straight up the middle, and this time the Red Eddies would have none of it. Brings up 2nd down.
Finally, it looks like their defensive line is not getting pushed back as much, and there was really nowhere to run there. If they could, you know, get 2 more stops here and then force a punt, they could try to go after it and, you know, either get really good field position or score a touchdown off from it before the end of the half.
Minute 30 remaining. Each team only has 1 timeout. Portland leading 21-0. 2nd down and long for the Bulldogs. Nope in shotgun. Trefethen to his right. Nope looking to run. And Trefethen out there blocking. Nope gets brought down by his ankles out across the 20, about the 22-yard line on that run. Shy of the 1st down, but a good run nonetheless by Nope. Bring up 3rd and 3. Inside a minute remaining in the first half of action. Clock ticking down. Bulldogs up 21-0. Pitching a shutout so far against the visitors from Edward Little. 3rd and short after that run by Nope. Nope has Trefethen to his left in the shotgun, a pair of wide receivers. It's Trefethen on the run. And Trefethen just falls forward close to the 1st down, right at the marker. And they have not spotted the ball quite yet. It is, I believe, just shy of the 1st down. So bring up 4th down, but they can just let the clock run out. I don't think they'll have to punt. I think Edward Little's going to make them punt, though. Yep. Edward Little calls timeout with 22.1 seconds to go in the half. They'll make Portland run a play here before the end of the half, and Edward Little will try to get the ball back and make something happen on what most likely will be a punt, I imagine, with 22.1 seconds to go and 4th down deep in their own territory for Portland. We'll keep it here for this little timeout, but right now, Portland, after this game, they'll be hosting Bangor. Then they're at Oxford Hills on the 12th, and they wrap up with their, classic rivalry with South Portland. That'll be here on the 19th. And so, you're an Oxford Hills guy. The Vikings, I'm sure you're doing a little scouting while you watch this game. What do they have to focus on, you think, in 2 weeks when they have to square off with the Bulldogs?
Well, I'd say you got to contain Nope and Elowich. You got to make sure they don't get the edge on toss. You got to set the edge really hard with your outside backers and defensive ends. And you got to key on number 7, Trefethen, because he, like I said before, he's a heat-seeking missile, and he's going to blow stuff up in the backfield left and right if you don't account for him every play.
So on 4th down, they are not lined up in punt formation. Nope is under center with 22 seconds. Nope will try to sneak for the 1st down, and he got it. Wow, that could have really backfired if he hadn't gotten it, but he did. To the 26-yard line, that'll be enough for a 1st down. So they weren't even going to give Edward Little the chance to return a punt, as they had confidence in their junior quarterback to sneak it, and that's exactly what he did for a 1st down, and that's going to be the final play of the half, as Portland already jogging off the field. So the Bulldogs, impressive 3 rushing touchdowns and some lockdown defense at halftime. The score, Portland 21, Edward Little nothing. We'll be back in a bit with your second half here from Fitzpatrick Stadium.
So the athlete is usually either sent over from their athletic trainer, from their primary care physician, or sometimes from the school directly. My goal is always to get these kids in within 24 hours from the time of their injury. There are a few reasons why they would need to go to the ER that after, if they had an injury at a game, which the athletic trainer usually takes care of. But most of the time these kids are fine enough to wait until the next day, just rest that night, and then we'll see them the next morning. So the first visit is one like any other office visit we'll have them come in, fill out the paperwork about their injury, their concussion, and kind of go through their symptoms, and then we'll do an exam, which is pretty thorough regarding their balance, their range of motion of their neck, as well as looking at their cranial nerves, any dysfunction that we can find. A lot of times it's more the, just looking at the athlete and you can see the concussion almost in their eyes. A lot of times there's not a whole lot else on exam that we can find, and that's good. Usually if you see something more focally, a focal neurologic defect, that's where we're getting a little more concerned. Some of these kids will recover really quickly. Other ones can take weeks and months to fully resolve. Most importantly, once again, is the physical exam and just talking to the patient. In terms of scans, it's rare that you need to do any scans, especially a CT scan. Those are more reserved for if somebody had a prolonged consciousness, or they're having worsening symptoms, or they have a focal neurologic defect. As long as they don't have those, we rarely don't do any imaging, because there's not much you're going to see. Concussion is an injury, microscopic injury to the brain. It's not something that you can see on a normal imaging study. When you're doing a CT scan, you're looking more to see if there's a bleed, which is complicating the picture. The only test that we do run is there is the impact test, which is one of the cognitive testing tools that are out there to help determine, for me, more return to play. It's not a tool that helps to necessarily, I don't use it to diagnose a concussion. It helps me to really determine if the brain has recovered and are they ready to get back to more to their sporting level. So it's really an adjunct rather than the tool. Usually if it's going on 2 weeks, we don't recommend going to PT in those first 2 weeks. We just try to get them better, because the majority of people will improve in that amount of time. If they're still having symptoms after a couple of weeks, then we'll discuss maybe getting into some rehab to see if we can hasten their recovery. That being said, when we work with professional athletes, a lot of times they are trying to get right in, they need to get back, so we are getting them into rehab, sometimes right away, to try to hasten their recovery as well. So the follow-up for me for concussions, once again, depends on their symptoms. After our initial visit, we'll really discuss our plan for the short term and any restrictions for school and sports. I usually have the parents contact me, usually within about a week, to let me know how the student's responding. And if they have resolution of symptoms, there's no reason to follow up. If they're still having symptoms, then I will usually discuss, once again, my thoughts for the next week. And if they're just not responding over a couple of weeks, that's when I usually start seeing them back. Or if I have an athlete who's been having symptoms for weeks and weeks on end, that really needs kind of a closer follow-up. We'll follow up with them quite regularly with their physical therapy to make sure that they're progressing in the right direction.
Ever had that sinking feeling that your auto loan payment isn't as low as it could be? Worry no more. Oxford Federal Credit Union can work with you to refinance your loan to see if we can save you money. Our process is easy, and our loans offer flexible repayment options. Don't keep wondering if you can save money. Call Oxford Federal or apply online at oxfordfcu.org or from your mobile device using the free Oxford FCU mobile app.
Winslow. Welcome back in to Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth. Halftime sponsor, Oxford Federal Credit Union, and at the half, it's 21-0 Portland over Edward Little here on the CMCC and Hammond Lumber game of the week. And Tasker, 21-0 Portland. Edward Little, without their quarterback, blow to the head. You never know with that. Don't want to say what it might be, but certainly woozy, and lost one of their top receivers as well. John Knight left the game, a little shaken up also. I mean, that's two of your top weapons. Trevor Little, what you're talking about right now at halftime, trying to figure out what to do here, down 21-0.
I mean, at this point, survive, I guess.
Yeah.
It's Portland's defense has, metaphorically not given them an inch. They're playing great. Their defensive line is playing great, not giving up the line of scrimmage. Their linebackers are flying around, making big hits. Their DBs are getting picks, breaking up passes, and making really nice open field tackles. There's really nothing that EL has done that has really phased their defense. So, and Portland's defense is giving their offense great field position too. So they're making it really easy on the offense to score. So it's pretty much, I don't know what else EL can do about this, but because it seems like everything that they've tried has, hasn't really done much for them.
Elowich has 2 rushing touchdowns in this game. He now has 9 on the season. He was one of the top rushers in terms of rushing touchdowns entering this game, one behind Colton Carson, and now he's got 9. Obviously, Colton Carson and company playing tomorrow.
Yep.
So at the moment, Elowich leads Class A North in rushing touchdowns with his 2 more so far today. Sam Nope has his 2nd rushing touchdown of the season for the Bulldogs. He entered this game with 105 rushing yards. He, of course, is a dynamic threat as well for Portland. And then, of course, we were all excited about Leighton Girardin. Great feature in the Sun-Journal about him today or yesterday, I believe. But obviously the injury, and so it's up to the youngster, Aiden Charest, to try to get things going. But this is good for him. I mean, he's a sophomore. Girardin's a senior, so next year will probably be Charest's team,
right,
unless there's some big freshman coming up we don't know about. But, I mean, this is a good experience, certainly, I would say.
Yeah, and it's scary, but sometimes you just got to get put in when you're not expecting it. That's the best way to learn. But, yeah, and with injuries like that, it doesn't matter how severe it is. If you're woozy at all, if you get hit in the head and it takes you a second to get up, they're going to keep you out of the rest of that game just to be sure, because there's, a lot of talk around head injuries and CTE and that stuff. They don't want to take any chances.
So we'll see what the youngster Aiden Charest can do for the remainder of this one. We're about 8 minutes away from the start of the second half. We'll take another break here on the halftime. Right now, it's all Portland, 21-0 over Edward Little.
When you're hurt at work, at home, or on the field, you may think you only have 2 choices.
Visit the ER or wait weeks for an appointment with a specialist.
But who has time to wait? We know you don't.
We get it. It used to be hard to get in here, but things have changed.
We know that when you're in pain, you want to see the right doctor right away.
Our patients are busier than ever, so we've made it easier to get quick access to specialized orthopedic care.
We now have 2 ways for you to be seen by one of our orthopedic specialists on your time: spine access and ortho access.
If you've got back or neck pain, call us at 1-855-96-SPINE to schedule an appointment with Spine Access. You'll see one of our orthopedic spine specialists within 24 hours.
And Ortho Access is now open in Portland and Auburn for walk-in orthopedic care for recent injuries, pain, sprains, and strains.
So whether you suffered a fracture on the field or experiencing new sudden onset back pain, we'll see you now.
Our goal here at Maine Athletic Fundraising is to raise your program or group the most amount of money possible in the shortest amount of time, hassle-free.
Over the last 3 years, we've been able to raise over $10,000 every year, which has really allowed us to get the extra stuff the kids really need to run a successful program.
One of our biggest goals at Maine Athletic Fundraising is to really develop a relationship on the ground with the coaches, the community, and the boosters that are involved, and help bring them together and understand how important it is to fundraise.
All aboard aboard MBR.org, the place to get all your high school and amateur sports news and information. MBR.org is in high gear with Maine high school winter sports. Go to MBR.org to chat about your favorite team. Find the latest articles, travel news, and cancellations, or visit their all-new and very popular team pages. MBR.org has everything you want to know about high school and amateur sports in Maine. Coming in February, all the high school tournament action at your fingertips 24/7. It's high school sports heaven. All aboard MBR.org.
Full Court Press is on your team. Full Court Press is more than just a copy shop. Some of their print services include color copies, black and white copies, posters, bindings, calendars, cards, business cards, and every door direct mail. They're located at 855 Main Street in Westbrook. Call them today at 207-464-0002 or request an estimate, place an order, and much more on their website at fullcourtpress.biz. That's fullcourtpress.biz. When you need a copy shop to bring the heat, it's time to hire Full Court Press.
From the front office staff to the medical technicians and the doctors, playing on the same team. Discover Spectrum Healthcare Partners and the power of integrated specialty care.
Life doesn't pause when you're in pain. We understand that you want to keep up. Don't stay sidelined from making some of life's best memories. Visit the orthopedic specialists at Spectrum Healthcare Partners. We're here to keep you out there.
Get your own truck, only at Goodwin Chevrolet.
Welcome back into the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth. This is the MBR Game of the Week. On the radio side of things, our CMCC and Hammond Lumber Game of the Week. Find all your links to watch and listen at MBRradio.com. We're at halftime between Portland and Edward Little in a Class A North matchup. Portland at the top of the North, entering this contest at 3-1. Their only loss to not last year's state champion, but 2 years ago, the state champion Bonnie Eagle, certainly a talented team in the South. Only loss this year for Portland, and so far they're up 21-0 on an Edward Little team that entered this game 2-2, but looking to prove something. I think they've beaten Bangor and they've beaten Windham. Those two teams, though, are combined, 1-7 right now. And their losses have been to Oxford Hills, who's 3-1, and a very close one to Sanford, who, after a slow start against some tough teams, has really picked things up with wins over Oxford Hills and Edward Little.
Yeah, you don't want to keep it close with Sanford, because as we've seen,
the bounce of the ball will typically go their way.
Right.
And it did against Edward Little. And so the Red Eddies were looking to maybe make a bit of a statement that they belong in the upper half of Class A North. But right now, folks, Portland has made this statement with their physical defense and strong running game, and they're up 21-0 at the half. And Oxford Hills Cheverus tomorrow, and I think after that game we'll kind of have a very good idea of the top two teams in the North. I would say it's probably going to be Portland, whoever wins the game tomorrow. And Portland already beat Cheverus this year. That's probably their most impressive win. They beat Cheverus fairly handedly, by the way, 37-7. I think Cheverus kept that one close for a while before Portland ended up running away with it. So if Cheverus wins tomorrow, that might mean Portland might run away with Class A North. If Oxford Hills wins tomorrow, then you have a big showdown coming up, right?
Right.
So, I mean, that should be very interesting in a couple of weeks when those two teams play regardless, Oxford Hills and Portland. And that is going to be at Oxford Hills, which is always nice because it's tough to come down here, isn't it? It's a tough venue.
Yeah, it's always, you always feel like you're not quite ready to play when you play here. Or at least that's how I've felt and the people I've talked to. It's kind of weird. I don't know if this is true or not, but it seems like they can't find the keys to the locker room until as late as possible, and so you're always rushing and all that kind of stuff. But it may just be our luck, but it seems like that.
Well, Portland's been ready to play on their end, up 21-0 again on the Red Eddies. Zach Elowich, the top rusher in Class A North, has 2 more rushing touchdowns today, and of course, the talented Sam Nope, their quarterback, has a rushing touchdown as well. So Portland right now is out there stretching. Everett is jogging back to their sideline on the far side from our point of view here. And the Red Eddies will look to find something. Kind of the storyline today is injuries, honestly. Everett has lost 2 of their top players on offense to what appear to be head injuries from some big Portland hits. I mean, this defense is just really physical, and especially number 7, Ben Trefethen, the senior linebacker who you said you'd never heard of before today, and you played just last year, right?
Yeah, I don't remember him. He definitely didn't play like this last year.
He's playing like someone with a lot to prove, and he's been outstanding. So has, of course, Nathan Kapongo. He came in with the big stats, and he's backed that up. He has a sack today, and he's been stopping folks short of the line of scrimmage all night long. So this is a very talented Portland team, no doubt about it. A team that came on strong late last year. Nope, I believe this is his first full year as a starter. They kind of had a bunch of different guys last year at different times. I know Moss ended up stepping up big time last year for them. He, of course, shined in basketball as well. But he graduated, and Nope and company are pretty impressive so far, certainly. In this game, we have about 2 minutes till kickoff in the second half, so we will take a short minute break and be back with the second half kickoff. This is the CMCC and Hammond Lumber Game of the Week. Find the video feed at MBRradio.com.
Winter People Athletics creates custom athletic apparel, including team uniforms and spirit wear. They support team sports programs by offering a variety of clothing and other merchandise which can be personalized with team logos, player numbers, and names, and various other options. They can also provide innovative custom screen printing and embroidered apparel to create fun and engaging fan and booster items to sell for your team fundraising efforts. Call Steve Haynes, Athletic Apparel Consultant, at 207-869-6019 or online at winterpeople.com. Full Court Press is on your team. Full Court Press is more than just a coffee shop. Some of their print services include color copies, black and white copies, posters, bindings, calendars, cards, business cards, and every door direct mail. They're located at 855 Main Street in Westbrook. Call them today at 207-464-0002 or request an estimate, place an order, and much more on their website at fullcourtpress.biz. That's fullcourtpress.biz. When you need a copy shop to bring the heat, it's time to hire Full Court Press.
Welcome back into the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth as we get ready to go in the third quarter of action between Portland and Edward Little. Portland, despite the graduation of Moss, reloading this year and looking very impressive, running the football. Nope and Elowich, and Portland will get the ball to start the second half of action as Misha Boulay will kick it off for the Red Eddies, who trail 21-0. And here's the kick, high and short, bounces at the 20-yard line and goes out of bounds. So should be good field position for the Bulldogs. After that kickoff bounces out. And that's been another storyline, I think, today, is the field positions Portland has had most of the contest. Their first touchdown came when they started at the Everett Little 25-yard line.
Right, yeah, that's been the biggest factor, I think, is that Portland's defense has kept EL pinned enough that their offense hasn't had to go far, in any of their drives, really. keeping the offense off the field, and they're doing a great job with that.
So Portland will have it 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line after the kickoff goes out of bounds. So here comes Nope and the offense. Nope has Elowich behind him in the backfield. Three wide receivers, 2 to his right, 1 to his left. On 1st and 10 from their own 35. Nope takes a snap, hand off Elowich. Elowich running off right tackle, and he is a very physical back, folks. He got hit about 2 yards past the line of scrimmage, and then he carried tacklers for about a 6-yard gain on that play, maybe even 7. Out across the 40 to the 42, a 7-yard run for Elowich. 11:38 to go, third quarter of action just underway. The third, Portland up by a score of 21-0 over Edward Little.
I'm just scanning the sideline right now. I don't see Trevethan, and he's not in the game.
Nope puts Elowich in motion behind him, and he'll pitch it to Elowich, running far side. Elowich cutting back, showing some quick moves. Still on his feet before he's wrapped up by Gunnar Winslow near the first down marker. Well, that would be very surprising if we didn't see Trevethan in the second half. He did get that finger tape, but he was such a key part of that performance by Portland in the first half of action. And he's very noticeable when he's on the sideline, but don't see him as of now. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs after that run out to the 45-yard line, just across the 45. In the shotgun on 1st and 10, Nope looking to run it far side. Nope almost got to the edge, but he got hit and dropped by the Red Eddie defense after about a 2-yard gain. 10:35 to go, third quarter of action. Bulldogs starting the third quarter with the football, already up 21-0 over the Red Eddies. Two-yard run, as I mentioned, to the 47-yard line. 2nd and 8 coming up for Portland as Nope comes over to the near side to get the play call. And now he'll jog back out to the huddle. As they run up to the line of scrimmage, they got to hurry because, Portland's going to have to call timeout. I don't see a play clock here, but I imagine it was ticking down.
Yeah.
So Portland is a little bit late on the play. They'll call timeout and talk things over. 9:57 to go in the third quarter, and the Bulldogs leading by a score of 21-0. Behind 2 rushing touchdowns by Zach Elowich and a rushing touchdown by their quarterback, Sam Nope.
I'm going to have to go talk to Sam after the game. There's a picture of us on my Instagram, and I think he posted it too, from last year after the playoff game when they beat us. We found a pretty cool picture of us together that Brewster Burns took.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Nope had a key role in the team last year, right? I mean, he was only a sophomore. He didn't play quarterback, but
Right. They threw to him quite a bit, and he came in at running back sometimes, and they give him toss and stuff.
Nope is in the backfield with Levine, number 42. As walking slowly off the field's big number 6, Grant Jacobson. Actually, he's running over to the wide receiver spot. I thought he was walking off the field. Just walking over to wide receiver. Jacobson on the near side. 3 wide receivers. Levine in the backfield with Nope here on 2nd down. Nope looking to throw. In the pocket over the middle, it's complete. Shy of midfield. Pitch and catch that time to Stasium, the leading receiver on this Portland squad, but he got stopped pretty quickly that time at the 49-yard line. Brings up 3rd down. So let's see if the Edward Little defense can get a stop to start this third quarter. Portland's at their own 49-yard line. They need to get to a little bit past the 45 here on 3rd down. Nope I formation this time under center. Takes a snap, looking to throw, rolls to his left, settles in, fires deep down the field. Stasium's got it at the 20, and he's knocked out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Ben Stasium, the senior receiver, with a big catch and a first down.
Wow, he was rolling out to his left, and he had pressure. He turned, set his feet, and delivered a perfect ball down the sideline. That was impressive.
Inside the 15, down to the 13-yard line, and a first down. Nope to Stasium. Nope has 2 touchdown passes this year, and both are to Stasium. And Stasium lines up here in the slot on the near side. 3 wide receivers. Elowich behind Nope. In the backfield, Nope. Handoff Elowich. Right up the gut. Elowich still on his feet. Inside the 5. And they finally blow the play dead, but he refused to go down. It's close to another first down for the Bulldogs. 8:53 to go in the third quarter. Elowich, tough running inside the 5. They're right at the 4-yard line here. And that is a first down. I believe they dropped the yard marker at least. Yeah, first and goal. First and goal from the 4 for Portland. Nope. With Levine to his right in the shotgun. He's got 3 wide receivers on first and goal. Nope looking to run it. Cuts back, middle. And he stops shy of the goal line after about a 2-yard run. Bring up second and goal. 8:25 to go in the third quarter. Portland on the doorstep. Already up 21-0. They have 3 rushing touchdowns in this game, 2 from Elowich and 1 from Nope.
Looked like that was a run-pass option. He had Elowich up at the top split out on a fade route. I think it was kind of a roll-out goal line fade with a run option.
Stasium is on the near side, split out wide. Everyone else is right in the tackle box. They got big number 81, Kapongo, back there in the backfield. Nope under center. It's Elowich right up the gut. Full house backfield. Touchdown. Elowich from 2 yards out. And with 7:41 to go in the third quarter, Portland is up 27-0 with the extra point coming up.
And there was just a trail of flattened eddies laying in the wake of that heavy eye.
Yeah, that was a power formation through and through. And easily in was Elowich for his 3rd rushing touchdown of the game. Extra point from Fonseca. Here's the kick. It's up. It's good. With 7:41 to go in the third, it's all Portland, 28-0. We'll take a quick break here on MBR and Maine's Big Z.
Full Court Press is on your team. Full Court Press is more than just a coffee shop. Some of their print services include color copies, black and white copies, posters, bindings, calendars, cards, business cards, and every door direct mail. They're located at 855 Main Street in Westbrook. Call them today at 207-464-0002 or request an estimate, place an order, and much more on their website at fullcourtpress.biz. That's fullcourtpress.biz. When you need a copy shop to bring the heat, it's time to hire Full Court Press.
Welcome back into the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth. It's the MBR game of the week between Portland and Edward Little. On the radio side of things, it's a CMCC and Hammond Lumber game of the week. And, well, it's been all Portland, 28-0. 7:41 to go in the third quarter, and here's the kickoff fielded at the 17-yard line by the Red Eddies. It's their top receiver, battling forward to about the 30-yard line goes Josh Hamill, the senior receiver for Edward Little on the return to the 31, and that's for the Red Eddies will start this drive. And
well, Trefethan is back on the sideline, but he hasn't put his helmet back on, and it looks like he might be stretching his calf or something. I can't really tell, but
And Edward Little, they had Portland at third down and decent distance to go, and that deep ball to Stasium. That's just got to be demoralizing for a defense.
Mm-hmm.
4 wide receivers for Charest on 1st and 10. We have a movement. The center never snapped the ball, and everyone else started moving, so that's a false start. And then moving back 5 yards with 7:33 to go in the third. 28-0. Portland over Edward Little. Behind 3 rushing touchdowns from Zach Elowich. Sam Nope has a rushing touchdown as well, and Ben Stasium has a big, big catch in this game. All right, 1st and 15 now for the Red Eddies. Charest rolls to his right, now in trouble, and he is sacked. He had nowhere to hide that time from Cameron Connolly, a senior defensive back on the blitz. And Edward Little moving the wrong way. Back at their own 15-yard line. 2nd down and forever. 4 wide receivers for Charest. Takes a snap, looking to run it up the middle this time, and there's just not much there as Obed Natumba, the first man there, the junior defensive lineman for Portland.
Yeah, you could tell he's not very confident running up the middle there. By the time he had crossed the line of scrimmage, he was just bracing for contact. He wasn't looking for anywhere to go. He was just trying not to get hurt.
6:35 remaining third quarter. It's 3rd and 17 for Edward Little. Charest just hands it off on 3rd down, and not much doing for Kaiser that time. And they'll punt.
I think they want to just get out of this drive, put it behind them.
They had the false start and the sack, and that pretty much put them out of reach of doing anything on this particular drive as Boulay will punt it. And the ever-dangerous Stasium is standing at the Edward Little 45-yard line. Here's the punt. He gets it away. Fair catch signaled by Stasium, and he makes the fair catch at the EL 44. And that's where Portland will take over. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Leading 28-0, 5:49 remaining in the third quarter. It's certainly been an impressive performance from Portland here on their home field.
They just seem fired up. They're, playing downhill, playing fast, playing physical. Same things we've been saying since the beginning of the game, but it's stayed true even though they're up 28-0.
Nope. Has Levine to his left, out of the shotgun, sells in the pocket, over the middle. He's got his tight end for a 1st down to the 25-yard line. First time he's connected today with Tyler Blazewski, the senior 6'5", 220-pound tight end to the 26 of Edward Little on a 1st down for Portland.
That was a great catch. Underthrew him, and he had to slow down and adjust to that, and he probably caught it like an inch off the ground.
Yeah, he had to dive for it, and he reeled it home. 3 wide receivers on 1st and 10 from the EL 26-yard line for Nope. Elowich behind him, Levine to his right. It's Elowich up the middle, and this time EL was there. Tell you what, Gunnar Winslow's been very active. Number 50 in white. He's listed at 6'3", 149. I don't really believe he's only 149. That must be a typo.
Yeah, I would hope so.
He's number 50 on that line. He's much bigger than 149. He's certainly 6'3" at least.
Yeah.
Nice stop there on that run by Elowich. Portland huddles way back at the EL 40 before they come up and address the ball at the 27. 2nd down. No gain on that last run. Nope in the shotgun. Takes a snap. Back to pass again. Near sideline. And he connects with Jacobson, who steps out of bounds. He almost broke free there, but Coate was there to force him out. And that's close to a 1st down. They spot it inside the 20, down at the 17-yard line. As that time, Jacobson listed as a tight end, although we've seen him run the ball. Makes the grab. He's 6'2", 224. They are just shy of the first down here.
Yeah, he's a big guy, and they like to motion him into I formation, give it to him on a blast or ISO. It's actually the formation that they're in right now. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him go in motion here.
There he goes, in motion, into the eye. Nope, handoff, Jacobson up the middle. Jacobson runs over one defender, bowls his way down to the 9-yard line, and a first down and then some for the Bulldogs behind the power running of Grant Jacobson. First and goal, Portland at the 9. 4:27 to go, third quarter. Portland up 28-0 and looking for more. They're definitely not taking their foot off the gas. Stasium is split out wide to the right. Jacobson just to the right, just off the line. Levine behind Nope, who's under center. Jacobson in motion behind Levine. Hard count from Nope and a whistle. And we'll see.
I think they signaled offsides.
The hard count, get them, it did. So that'll move them up 5 yards down to the 4-yard line. Just inside the 5 here. Still first and goal for Portland, but now they only need basically 5 yards to get to pay dirt. So a good hard count that time by the junior quarterback, Sam Nope, drawing EL offsides. Stasium split out wide to the right. Jacobson will be split to the right initially. We've seen him go in motion. There he goes. Nope. Takes a snap. Handoff Jacobson. Off right tackle. Jacobson for the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Their 5th rushing touchdown of the game, and they go up 34-0 with 3:33 to go in the third quarter.
Well, I expected him to run the ball. I didn't expect him to bounce it to the outside and take it in that way.
Right off right tackle. And he found the end zone for his first score of the contest. And now the extra point coming up. The boot is up. It's good. And Portland is up by a score of 35-0 with 3:33 remaining in the third quarter. We'll take a quick break here on MBR and Maine's Big Z.
Life doesn't pause when you're in pain. We understand that you want to keep up. Don't stay sidelined from making some of life's best memories. Visit the orthopedic specialists at Spectrum Healthcare Partners. We're here to keep you out there.
Welcome back into the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth. This is the MBR Game of the Week. Video side of things. Radio side of things, CMCC Hammond Lumber Game of the Week. Portland and Everett Little. My name is Aaron Morse alongside Tasker Winslow. 3:33 remaining third quarter. The score 35-0 in favor of Portland. On the return, it's Hamill for Everett Little. Trying to get to the outside. He does. 30, 35, and driven out of bounds at the 40-yard line by Stasium, but a solid return that time to his own 40 by Josh Hamill, and that's where Everett Little will take over. 1st and 10, trailing by 35 points with 3:24 to go.
I've never seen a team be up by 35 and still be so chippy.
Oh, Portland?
Yeah.
I feel like Portland feels like they have something to prove maybe after last year. It was kind of a down year for them in the regular season at least.
Yeah.
They picked it up in the playoff, made it, I believe, the regional final before Wyndham got them.
Yep.
And Wyndham, of course, having a real down year this year. All right, so this is Charest out of the shotgun. He is in a load of trouble. He drops the football. It's on the turf. It's kicking away. It's picked up by Portland towards the end zone. That's a touchdown. The scoop and score by Cameron Connolly. And the Bulldogs making it a laugher now. It's 41-0 with the extra point coming up. The pressure that time was applied by who else? Nathan Capongo And then Connolly, the scoop and score for Portland.
He just had no time in the pocket. As soon as he took his drop, he had to turn and try to get out of there, and he had someone right on his tail. There was no way he was getting out of that one.
The ball just basically fell out of his hand as he was trying to escape. Extra point is up, and it is good. With 2:44 to go in the third, it's Portland 42, Edward Little nothing. We'll take a quick break here on MBR and Maine's Big Z.
From the front office staff to the medical technicians and the doctors, we're all playing on the same team. Discover Spectrum Healthcare Partners and the power of integrated specialty care.
Welcome back into the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth. This is the MBR Game of the Week between Portland and Edward Little. On the radio side of things, it's the CMCC and Hammond Lumber Game of the Week. All links can be found at MBRradio.com. Well, it's all Portland right now. Running clock's in effect. They're up 42-0 over Edward Little. Hamill fields this kickoff and takes it out to about the 31 before he's driven back by the Bulldogs. And in Edward Little's defense, obviously, look, it's tough. You lost your starting quarterback, your leader, your spark plug, Leighton Girardin, to an injury. You also lost John Knight to an injury after that, one of your top receivers. It's a tough situation for Aiden Charest to step into. And Portland finally got a defensive touchdown there. They go up 42-0 and prompt the running clock. 1:05 remaining now, third quarter. So it's definitely not the full strength Red Eddies, but Portland from this opening snap, Tasker, has been very impressive.
Yeah, they've just the speed of the game that they're playing is what's impressed me most. Because when you play fast, that's when you're hard to handle, especially as a defense. So, I mean, if they keep playing like this, it's going to be hard to score on them.
This is a new quarterback for Edward Little taking the snap. This is Giles Parody, who is listed at QB. He's a linebacker and a good one for him, but Giles Parody, that time 6 foot, 202-pounder, a little more size. Junior took the snap and ran it for a couple yards out to the 34-yard line. Under 15 seconds to go, third quarter. It's 42-0 in favor of Portland. And I think EL is going to let this one run all the way down.
That's a good choice.
I think so as well. Parody is in. The third quarter is over. We'll take a break, a 1-minute break here. The score, Portland 42, Edward Little 0 here on MBR and Maine's Big Z.
When you're hurt at work, at home, or on the field, you may think you only have two choices.
Visit the ER or wait weeks for an appointment with a specialist.
But who has time to wait? We know you don't.
We get it. It used to be hard to get in here, but things have changed.
We know that when you're in pain, you want to see the right doctor right away.
Our patients are busier than ever, so we've made it easier to get quick access to specialized orthopedic care.
We now have 2 ways for you to be seen by one of our orthopedic specialists on your time: spine access and ortho access.
If you've got back or neck pain, call us at 1-855-96-SPINE to schedule an appointment with Spine Access. You'll see one of our orthopedic spine specialists within 24 hours.
And Ortho Access is now open in Portland and Auburn for walk-in orthopedic care for recent injuries, pain, sprains, and strains.
So whether you suffered a fracture on the field or experiencing new sudden onset back pain, we'll see you now.
Welcome back into Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth. The fourth quarter underway. Edward Little right away running the ball up the gut, out across the 40-yard line that time. On the carry for EL that time is Isaiah Lewis, a junior running back, and a solid gain there. It'll bring up third and short for the Red Eddies. They need to get a couple more yards, and maybe just about a long yard for Edward Little, down 42-0. All right, the run for Parody, and Giles Parody out to near midfield that time for Edward Little, the junior quarterback and linebacker.
From what we've seen so far, he looks like he should have been the move after the first-string quarterback was hurt.
Right, after Girardin went down, they brought in Charest, but he's young and a little undersized, I think, and Parody's got a little more size when it comes to handling some of these big hits, although, as you've pointed out, Portland took out Trefethen a while ago. Yeah, he hasn't played at all in the second half, but he's out there on the sideline. Parody takes a snap, hands it off, running outside, and past midfield down to the 46-yard line again goes Isaiah Lewis for EL. And look at the Portland defense. They still have most of their starters in, so good run by Lewis, certainly, for EL. We are in a running clock situation, just so you know, folks. With the score 42-0 Portland, the clock will keep moving except on injuries and timeouts and scores. 10:18 to go in the game. It's Lewis up the middle again, and this time he gets to the 46, and that'll be it. The Portland 46-yard line after that run. Bring up third down. Clock moving inside now, 10 minutes remaining in the game, and Portland up 42-0. Don't forget, we will have the broadcast of Oxford Hills versus Cheverus tomorrow at Cheverus. Tasker will be on the call. Will he with Coach Wing?
Yes.
Yes. That's a huge game. That will be fun. There's a run by Parody, and Levine meets him and drops him at the 43-yard line, close to a first down. But I believe he might be a yard short.
I'd say that this game and the Oxford Hills Cheverus game tomorrow are the ones that are really going to, complete the picture of what Class A North is actually going to look like for the rest of the season.
And Portland making a statement that they should be right there at the top, certainly, most likely with Oxford Hills, but we'll have to see what happens tomorrow. I mean, Cheverus, you know what they're going to do. It's a matter of stopping it.
Exactly.
9:05 to go. Kind of similar with the way Portland runs their offense, although obviously not the same type of offense, but same type of thing, nothing fancy. Up the middle, Parody. And he's able to dive forward. I thought one of the linemen was him.
Yeah.
For a second, I thought the lineman was Parody emerging for a touchdown, but it was not. Parody is stopped, but he does get a first down to the 37-yard line on that fourth down run. He got lost among the big bodies of Portland's defense. 8:30 to go in this one. It's 42-0 in favor of the Bulldogs. So Parody showing some good power running. Takes a snap, fakes it to Lewis, looking to throw it deep down the far side. Jump ball caught. And that's a first down that time for Yarnovich inside the 25. Goes Caleb Yarnovich, the senior wide receiver. Good pass by Parody. And the Red Eddies move the chains down to the 22.
Yeah, where was he in the second quarter?
Right. Parody, that was a strike that time. That's not an easy throw to the far sideline. He got him. Parody hands it off Lewis up the middle. And Lewis gets it to the 20-yard line where he's stopped there by a host of Bulldogs with 7:33 remaining in the game, and Portland up 42-0. Every touchdown for Portland has been a rushing touchdown. As Nope has one, Jacobson has one, and I believe all the rest belong to Zach Elowich in this game. Although it's a little hard to keep track at this point. All right, here we go on 2nd and 7. Parody in the gun for the Red Eddies. Trying to get him on the board here. Back to pass. Parody throws near side. Nice catch inside the 10-yard line and spun out of bounds. Is, I believe, Yarnovich again. Yes. Caleb Yarnovich from Giles Parody, who is looking very impressive against mostly the first-team defense here for Portland. Parody just throwing strikes.
Yeah,
First
back to
and
back.
goal from the 7 now for the Red Eddies. Parody in the gun. He'll run it up the middle. Giles Parody for the end zone. Touchdown, Edward Little. They're on the board with 6:28 to go in the game. Parody runs it in from 7 yards out. And I think you're exactly right, Tasker. I wonder why he wasn't brought in initially to run this offense. He looked sharp. And a strong run there as well. Extra point coming up for the Red Eddies, who will not be shut out tonight as Giles Parody punches it in. It's still a running clock, however, so it's ticking down now to 5:53. And they'll go for 2. Parody in the shotgun. Parody puts a man in motion. Hands it off. Lewis up the middle for 2. He's in. 2-point conversion is good for Isaiah Lewis. And the score is Portland 42, Edward Little 8 after the 2-point conversion. We'll take a quick break as the running clock is off after that touchdown because they're within 34 after the score. We'll take a quick break here on Maine's Big Z and MBR.org.
Get your own truck, only at Goodwin Chevrolet.
Welcome back into the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth. The score in their MBR game of the week is Portland 42, Edward Little 8. On the radio side of things, it's the CMCC and Hammond Lumber game of the week there on 105.5, which, by the way, on Monday, it's going to be 105 Sports. Right now it's Maine's Big Z until Monday. Monday will be 105.5 Sports and AM 1240 as well out of Lewiston, Auburn. Onside kick attempt from the Red Eddies, and it will go out of bounds, I believe, before anyone could grab it. Not a bad effort, though, certainly from Edward Little. I believe it should be Portland football, but the refs are talking things over.
Everyone's just kind of standing there.
Yeah.
Portland players and EL players.
All right, the refs will... The flag did come out, so I definitely went out of bounds. 5:24 to go in the game. The score, Portland 42, Edward Little 8. Red Eddie's able to avoid the running clock for now as because the ball, I guess, went out of bounds before the 35. It'll be a 5-yard penalty. Well, anyway, it's 1st and 10 for Portland from their own 41. The rules in high school are a little quirky sometimes. For example, there's no such thing as an automatic first down. You could, if you're facing 3rd and 30 and they commit a personal foul, it's not a first down, it's a 15-yard penalty. You still have to try to get a first down, which I think is kind of weird.
Yeah.
There's automatic first downs in college and in the pros, but not in high school. All right, Portland 1st and 10 from their own 41 after that kickoff went out of bounds. Up 42-8. Nope, still in there under center. Puts a man in motion. And they will run it. And that is a nice tackle. Jamal Mariba was the ball carrier, and the Red Eddies had that one sniffed out. That was nicely done by Giles Parody, who is looking pretty sharp on both sides of the ball today for Edward Little, certainly.
Yeah.
Mariba lost a yard there. 2nd and 11 coming up. Clock moving inside 5 minutes to go in the game. The score is Portland 42, Edward Little 8. Zach Elowich has been very impressive running the ball. He's got, I believe, 4 touchdowns now in this game. As Sam Nope has a touchdown as well, as does Grant Jacobson. Nope under center. 2nd and 11 puts Mariba in motion again. Oh, you know what? Elowich has 3 rushing touchdowns. I apologize. All right, throw far side, complete. Stasium. For some reason, I keep forgetting the pick 6 they've had. Stadium gets it out to the 49. So 3 rushing touchdowns for Elowich. They had the fumble recovery, not pick six, fumble recovery for a touchdown by Cameron Connolly. You had a Jacobson rushing touchdown. You had a Nope rushing touchdown. Those are your 6 touchdowns today. So 3 from Elowich, 1 defensive score, and then Nope and Jacobson as well. Those are your touchdowns today for Portland. And for Edward Little, the rushing touchdown belongs to Giles Parody on their most recent possession. It's going to be 3rd and 2 after that run. Portland at their own 49-yard line. 3:49 and counting to go in this one. Stasium on the near side. They put Mariba in motion again. In the eye now. Nope. Will pitch it. Mariba running, and he's got a first down to the 45 of Edward Little to move the chains for Mariba.
He's pretty quick.
Yeah, he is. He's definitely a contributor for them. A running back, junior, 5'9", 175. Clock moving again. 3:26 to go in the game. It's 42-8 in favor of Portland. As Nope went over to get the play call from the sideline. Stasium will split out wide to the near side. 1st and 10 now. They put Mariba in motion again. They'll hand it off Mariba, running up the middle. And he is refusing to go down. Ricky Coate finally drags him down. He only got a couple yards, but they were an impressive couple yards. Fighting his way inside the 45 down to the 43-yard line, with 2:42 and counting remaining in this one. It's all Portland tonight, folks. 42-8. Elowich, 3 rushing touchdowns to lead the way. But it's been an overall impressive performance. Certainly the defense has been outstanding for Portland. They're leaving Nope in there as a starter, but they have other backups in at the moment, do Portland. They'll bring in big number 81, Kapongo, who's been look at him tower over Nope. That's like Aaron Judge and Jose Altuve. He's in there to block, I believe. Yeah, they're pitching to Mariba, and Mariba shakes off his own blocker, and he keeps dragging tacklers inside the 35, down to the 32-yard line. Nice run by Jamal Mariba, and a first down for Portland.
It reminded me of Colton Carson and Cam Slicer, except reversed.
Right, exactly, yeah. Kapongo is 6'5". Nope is 5'10", but it seems like a bigger difference than that.
Yeah.
As now Kapongo will jog off. You saying he plays basketball too?
I'm almost positive he plays basketball. I don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure.
I mean, he has the size to play Division I college football. I don't know if he could, but he's 6'5", 280. That's a legitimate defensive lineman at Division I. But there's all other factors that go in there, so it'll be interesting to see where he goes for school. Nope will hand it off and running it on the near side and getting tripped up is number 41 for Portland, who's not on the roster. It's that time of game.
Right.
They have a few players missing or misidentified on here, but it's all good. Inside meant to go, 42-8. Portland on top. And they'll just run out the clock here. Nope in the eye, under center. Fullback handoff this time, getting everyone involved. Not much room to run that time for Heroes Lungewire, a junior. 30 seconds to go. The Portland Bulldogs are headed to 4-1 on the season. And Edward Little is headed to 2-3 on the year. They won't even run another play here. This one is all over. 3 rushing touchdowns for Zach Elowich, and the Bulldogs defeat the Red Eddies by a final score of 42-8 on this Friday night at Fitzpatrick Stadium. So Tasker, next week for both these teams, Portland will host Bangor, and Edward Little will host Cheverus. And for Edward Little, I mean, Cheverus will be a chance to bounce back, but it's going to be another big challenge for them. And they can only hope Girardin and Bell are going to be, probably Knight are going to be healthy for that one.
Right, yeah, I mean, they can only hope. But I'd say I'd put Cheverus in pretty much the same tier as this Portland team from what we've seen so far this year. So it's definitely going to be a challenge, like you said. And Portland hosting Bangor, they're going to have a fun week.
Yes, Bangor obviously has struggled in recent years. They do have a win this year over Wyndham, but Bangor is 1-3 to start the season. I mean, transitive property, you can take it or leave it, but Everett-Little beat Bangor 35-6, and Portland just beat Everett-Little 42-8, although Everett-Little, again, unfortunately lost their quarterback and one of their top receivers halfway through this game, but in the end, that Portland defense, pretty fierce. Well, that's going to do it from here. Thanks to Alex back in our Auburn studios. Thanks to Tyler running the camera. Thanks to Maddie B for helping us set up. For Tasker Winslow, I'm Aaron Morris signing off. Final score, Portland 42, Everett-Little 8 here on MBR and Maine's Big Z.